I've probably said this before on our broadcast. Me and my friend from Korn, we were going to see Ratt.
Yeah.
The band Ratt.
Yeah.
Probably fucking 99, 2000. And I go, dude, this is so fucking funny. We're going to see Ratt at this little spot. And he goes, this is my future, dude.
What are you laughing at?
And we're at their height. And I go, what? I go, no way. He goes, yeah, dude, this happens. And I go, nah, dude, you guys are like as big as Metallica. And he just started laughing. And he goes, no, we're not. He goes, those guys sell out stadiums, dude. He goes, but they're still doing pretty good, actually.
But he's aware.
But he's not wrong.
Not everybody's
Yeah.
aware. I mean, that's pretty enlightened. Because
Yeah.
it's hard to see that when things are going well.
Right.
Have you guys seen the video of that? I don't remember. I think the movie Jersey Boys was made based on him. Frankie Valli.
Sure.
Have you seen any of those videos going around that he's still on stage
Doing that fake ass lip syncing.
but he can barely move.
Yeah.
His mouth isn't moving.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make fun of the guy.
Yeah, no.
I just don't know what the hell's going. Like that's taking it all the way to the final stretch.
It's for people who can appreciate it. In other words, it's for people who this
They
was
love
great when I
Frankie
was
Valli,
young.
yeah.
I will settle for just seeing the guy with my own eyes, and he's got to do something. Can't just stand there. We might as well play the song.
Right.
You know?
The last thing that guy did that was really good was he was on The Sopranos.
Really good.
Because he's mob affiliated, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Everything in the tri-state area
He was mob, yeah, especially in the era
Every
they
business,
grew up in.
yeah.
Yeah. You're Italian, there's no way you didn't know a mob guy.
Yeah.
Like, I met this mob guy random from the East Coast.
Sure, Craig.
And his last name was Bompancero, and I go, are you related to Frank Bompancero? And he goes, yeah. He goes, that was my dad's brother. I go, get the fuck out of here. He was like the San Diego mob boss or whatever.
I like how he doesn't even like to say my uncle.
Yeah.
He takes the my part out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
my dad's
brother.
It's my dad's shit.
Was he out at that point? Is that why he was referring to that? Was
his
distancing
uncle was
himself?
dead. He got fucking shot in the back of the head like they all do.
What's
Hey,
this
where do you
thing?
guys want to...
Again, mob guys all think it's going to be different for them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Just like podcasters.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. It's going to be different for us.
This one.
We're gonna click around year 14.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to make it any day now. Any fucking day.
I took mushrooms about 3 weeks ago. You know what that does for the human brain.
Yeah.
It's just like...
I got to be in a place.
You think... Well, no, it's not I got to be in a place. I mean, it does, but afterwards, you expect it to be like all rainbows and puppy dogs
Sure.
immediately. But then I think, and I could just be like attributing it to the mushrooms, in the next couple of weeks, you kind of like let go of needing things to go a certain way, accepting your reality. You just get much more calm as a human being after you take them, I think.
For
Yeah.
how long? Because obviously you'll end up
They
taking
last
them again.
about 8 hours.
No. I mean, like the aftermath that he's discussing.
The
How long before you feel
euphoria?
like you need to get more to get that
It's been
back?
like 3 weeks for me.
Okay.
And it just keeps getting better.
Okay.
It's kind of a good reset.
That's what I'm saying.
Mushrooms are a good reset.
Are you
to the
microdose?
brain.
I've never done the mushroom
Yeah, I've
thing.
never
Are you
gone
microdosing?
full blown like
You're not looking for
See, I've-
rainbows and Skittles and
the way I
floating in the
describe
air.
it. It's like what weed is supposed to do.
Sure.
So like the way weed is portrayed on television, you're just like you're happy, you're optimistic, you're okay with everything.
What did you do during that time that you?
I ate like some store bought mushrooms. They were in chocolate. It was all
Wait, from Ralph's?
yeah. Come on.
Come on.
I'm new to this.
Fucking guy.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, my friend Ralph. No. Ralph
Matt,
Stevens.
those are truffles.
What?
Those are truffles.
Those are
Yeah,
truffles.
yeah. Okay, so it's like a pie, and so it's like you can tell it's like evenly distributed. And I took 2 pieces out of 8 pieces, and I ate them, and it was what was described as light.
Okay.
And so I took them, and I immediately walked up to the top of the hill in Griffith Park.
Oh.
And by the time I got there, I was feeling A-okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, that'll get it
And
going.
then I was feeling really good all the way home, except I did have to shit. So, you got to factor that into, right, Craig
That's
Coleman?
true. Yeah. No, mushrooms are a beautiful thing. I'll take like a half an eighth. I mean, when I was a kid, I would do like an eighth and, kind of fucking watch the fucking walls melt. But
Okay.
not anymore. turn on some Christmas lights, maybe
Okay.
watch some good music, Studio Ghibli, a hike. That
Yeah.
sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
When I lived in Alaska, we would eat like 4 hits of acid and just fucking lose your mind outside in the woods.
I thought about you yesterday because I drove past Disneyland, and I don't know. I feel like most of his major Disneyland stories are about
we did
the greatest
acid.
place on earth.
It
his
is.
brain.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, me and my buddy.
It seems to be a lot of people do that there, I heard.
It's the perfect place for it. I mean, I'm talking also back in the day when it wasn't so crowded. You go on a Tuesday.
okay. Now it would be a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's just too many people all over the place. But also I'm 54 and could give 2 fucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried about anything. And we would, you take a bunch of acid and you just start walking around the park. And if anybody comes up and talks to you and it's too like, what?
Yeah.
And you, instead of getting all in your head and worried, you just start going foreign accent. Like, how do you say? And they're like, yeah, they're American. They're like, okay, yeah, thanks, buddy. You know,
Right.
You're good.
It turns out it's not a small world after all.
Yeah,
we like you at a
exactly.
distance.
Yeah. You want a frozen banana or not? Fuck out of here. Yeah, dude. No, it was a great goddamn time.
Have you ever gone to Disneyland?
Yeah, but I've never taken mushrooms. That's
Right.
why I'm on the list. I'm weed is as far as I've gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You weren't here last week. We talked about how like we were like so late to the game with weed.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
We're such like by the book.
Yeah, that's
small towners that
Yeah.
we're like, oh, it's legal. I could go buy it at the store.
Yeah, good move, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I know about both of you? You're not worried about rent every goddamn month. So yeah, not a bad choice,
Okay,
guys.
all right.
I got into that shit way out of the gate.
Okay.
I
Right.
mean, my parents took me to see Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke when I was like 8.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, she was like, oh, we would do that. We didn't. I go, why the fuck do I remember that?
Yeah.
I go, we were at the drive-in.
'Cause it was exciting.
You made a big thing of popcorn. I fell asleep by the second movie because I contact high, more than likely.
Probably.
And my mom just goes, oh my God.
At least you didn't keep denying it.
No, she did it.
Oh my
She did it. Me and my sister were raised by 2 different people.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I was raised by people in their 20s, still sexy and shit, and she was raised by people like, okay, let's pump the brakes.
We grew up in places though where alcohol was completely accepted.
Sure.
Whether people were getting rip roaring drunk or not, it was part of everything, including like if you asked me if my parents drank, I would say no, they don't.
Right.
But they drank wine at dinner every night.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to church where you're drinking wine and you don't realize that you are getting a buzz off that.
Sure.
And then you're from Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
It's just beer.
Beer.
Very.
Yeah.
It's part of the social thread,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, and also, I don't think my mom and dad did this, but it was very common practice talking to other people my parents' age. It was very common practice to have liquid lunches too.
Yeah.
A lot of drinking
Right.
during the
Yeah.
day, having alcohol in your office,
Yep.
right? And you
Right.
saw it on Mad Men. They weren't making that shit up. That was a thing.
And at the
Right?
Herald Examiner
Yeah, exactly.
for a selected month.
Yeah, no, my dad did not drink and hated alcoholics.
Yeah, right. No, you said
Openly
that.
would say that shit all the time. Never trust alcoholics.
Well,
They're
I
all
mean-
liars and thieves.
Well, I mean,
He would just say that shit.
right.
At the bar.
As a limerick.
Yeah. He would say that, like my uncle, my mom would drop me off at my aunt and uncle's, and they were drunks. They drank all the fucking. They were.
so
day
that's where it came
drinkers.
from. It's that
And he'd be like, "You fucking what? You let him over there?"
Yeah.
She goes, "I needed a babysitter." He goes, "I'd fucking be better off in the corner with fucking Lincoln Logs by himself."
Yeah. So that's 2 things about alcohol. One is you can actually get a ton of work done while you're wasted. You might not see the
Right.
results until the next day. You're like, holy shit. I sent some great emails.
Yeah,
I
look
have
at
4
this.
gigs tomorrow. But also, it's much easier to be around a pot smoker than an alcoholic.
Sure.
Because alcoholics can just be so out of control. Dude.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you
without a
something.
doubt.
I'm going to tell you something. No, I'm going to tell you something for real.
My dad's favorite story to tell was he was working in downtown Chicago for this ad firm, and those guys every day at lunch they
sure.
went out drinking. He was brought in as a temp, a temp service sent him in.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, my dad was running the fucking company because those guys stopped showing up and they all got fired. And they hired my dad to run the fucking company. He was a temp worker on Monday.
That's
He was
hilarious.
literally in charge by Friday.
Good thing the temp agency had policies against drinking.
Somebody walked in and they go, you know what, we realized something. You're the fucking only person here not drunk. This is insane. You want to run this place?
The counter argument to that is, well, I mean, it goes along with your argument, is that like I've worked in an office before and I went to Shakey's Pizza, like buffet Friday lunch with my friend,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm gonna have a beer, and I'm like, I'm gonna have a beer too. And we drank one beer and went back to work, and it was like the next 2 hours were so difficult for me.
Yeah,
dude. What?
Yeah.
Because you think you get cocky with booze because you can handle a party,
Right.
no problem. But a party isn't.
Going
Keeping
back to
track of
work.
shit,
No,
yeah.
it's you want to go to sleep if you have to
Yeah.
go back to work.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
never understood wanting
Yeah.
to do that.
Same.
That's what you watch. You watch Mad Men, and it looks like so much fun. But it's only fun for like 45 minutes, and then you really, really want to get to bed.
Yeah, totally. I need a fucking
Well,
nap.
also, I think if you watch that show properly, they also just showed how every moment ended up in a downward fucking spiral
Yeah.
for all of them. So it wasn't, you know what I mean? You could glamorize it or think they're glamorizing
Yeah.
it and go, yeah, man, I wish it was like that. And
Right.
then by the time every episode, every season, the whole show's over, you're like, what a fucking train wreck.
Sure,
I
yeah,
totally
right.
missed the point of that show the first go around. I was like, man, people used to have their shit together. You know what I mean? The guy's dressed up. He knows how to fix a sink. This guy, he's got his shit together. And then you watch it, and like every single one of these people is a complete fuck up. And it's obvious why.
Right.
Most of it's drinking.
They're just drinking through it.
It's also like amazing. I love the point of that show is like, it really was the American dream back then, for better or worse.
Right.
Because like he was just, Dick Whitman became Don Draper, and all he needed was a new name, and he just bullshitted his way
Yeah.
into incredible success
Sure.
until it caught up with him, to the point where family members are showing up, and he's like, "Here's $500, get the fuck away from me." You know what I mean? Like that's a wild. That's such a good show.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Very well done. Very, very well done. For those who haven't seen it, that's definitely one you should bookmark.
And everybody's
I gotta
hot.
watch it.
Everybody's hot in the
Yeah,
goddamn
everybody's
show.
good looking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And dressed up. It's a big part of it.
Yeah, people did dress up.
They did.
I mean, not in my world. My dad was a car salesman. He would, anytime they told him, hey, you need to wear a tie, fuck you, I quit. He quit. That's, boom, last day.
It's an alcoholic policy.
Top salesman.
fucking
there.
outta here,
Yeah, he was
yeah.
a top salesman, and he's just like, nah, I ain't doing that shit.
Well, that's pretty badass.
Your dad was a modern day, or back in his day before Rob Baxter was around. Remember Baxter, that dude?
What
Do
was
you
he?
remember
Shorts.
Baxter?
Okay,
Shorts.
so,
If you
so-
told him to wear pants, he would quit. He'd
wore
quit the job.
Yeah,
Really?
He always wore shorts.
I remember him
That's
going to
true.
a job. He got a new job. He went there, and they're like, you have to wear pants. And he was like, all right, my first day job. I'll see you later. I'm like, all right, man, have a good day. Comes back like 45 minutes later. I'm like, what are you doing here? He goes, they told me I had to wear pants. I'm like, wait a minute, you quit because you had to wear pants? And he goes, I'm shorts, man. Shorts.
I'm
like,
shorts.
Can you imagine that conversation? Can you imagine like walking into HR and being like, I gotta expose my knees, otherwise this just isn't worth it. And they're like, are you sure?
Right.
And he's like, yes.
Yes.
I will
I'm
say,
not just sure.
he held to
I'm
his
shorts.
convictions. It worked out fine for him out here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then, because he worked with us and, did stand up and all that stuff. So it was fine. Production, nobody cares, right? But then he eventually moves back to Wisconsin, and then he realizes he's got to get a job. So
And he needs pants
he
in
needs
Wisconsin.
pants. He does. He has to wear pants.
Give
now.
it to him.
And he doesn't
though.
care. He
was like-
held on.
I'm in California. I'm wearing shorts.
I'm wearing shorts.
You got to give him that.
Yeah.
That's
He
great.
didn't want to, in his mind, and you have to appreciate this. He was like, this is my character. This is who I am. Like, he was like, this is who I am. Accept me for who I am, right?
Well,
And people were like, no. And he was like, well, okay, bye.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to some place
Which I
that's
thought was
even
crazy,
less
but-
accepting.
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah. Right.
But he understood branding. He was like, he had his own stickers. He had
yeah,
like,
they're still around.
his name was, he called himself like Baxter, right?
Haybacks.
Yeah.
Haybacks.
Baxter, Haybacks.
I've seen his sticker on sets randomly
Yes.
at houses. You know, the sound guy or whatever comes in. I'm all, Rob Baxter.
And he's almost like Guy Fieri ripped him off. He had like the bleach blondes,
Yes. He was
like the
basically
same build.
looked like a young Rodney Dangerfield.
Right,
Yes.
for sure.
He was hilarious.
He's still alive, by the way. We're not memorializing him.
Yeah.
here. By the way,
yeah, he
if
works
you-
at a school.
He's in a cubicle wearing pants. Like, what the fuck?
his stickers, you probably can't see him unless you did a lot of freeze framing in 4K, but his stickers are all over the bar on Patty's Pub, and It's Always Sunny in
I
Philadelphia.
see him. I
Oh.
see him all the time.
Yeah.
I see these stickers.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That's so funny. His background actor character that he would do. So he would, since the crew, they loved him because Baxter's really funny.
Yeah.
So they would set up a separate chair in the background actor areas, and they would treat him like he was a special background actor. Just to fuck with the background actors.
Oh, my God.
And this is just some side shit for people that have nothing better to do than.
And this just goes to show you how much downtime there is.
Yeah.
On a
Yeah,
film set.
exactly.
Like, we're going to do this whole thing just to make the lowest people on the totem
Right.
pole feel even worse.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally. And
What's for lunch? A middle finger and chips, all right? Go back to your seat.
Yeah, because there would be craft services that everybody gets the best shit, but then the background act, they can't eat that.
No, that's first
They
team.
have a couple fold out tables, and we put bananas and apples in a fucking box for you guys.
Yeah.
And here's they'll throw some chips and cookies on, and that's it. So Baxter's over here in his own chair, and they're coming in. Hey, can I get you anything from Crafty? Oh, and he'd order stuff. They'd bring it into him, special drinks and shit. And the background actor like, what the fuck is this? And they're like, that's Baxter, like.
So, like, they should have even, like, done one take where they shine a spotlight just on him.
That'd be
even
great,
though, like, the
dude.
real actors are in the front.
That'd be so good, dude.
I was so I got to LA and like I really wanted to do extra work. I thought it sounded like the coolest thing.
How would you know any different?
Fortunately, it was kind of hard back then because you had to go I think you still have to do this. Go register at Central Casting.
Sure.
Fair enough. But then you had to call in a number and they'd be looking for
That day.
like certain types of people. And I called for about 3 or 4 and then just lost interest.
Well, I still want to do it because I'm SAG,
Yeah.
and I found out the SAG background make more money, and they get you the fuck out of there
Right.
by 8 hours because they don't want to have to pay that.
You can
that
be
extra
what's
time,
called
yeah.
featured extra. I've done that before.
Yeah, dude, I'll take
Yeah.
that all.
Oh, and I ate
day
some good food that
long.
week too. There was no sun chips coming my way.
Right?
I had filet mignon
yeah, no
burritos.
such shit. I've
animal
seriously
crackers.
thought about it, dude. I'm like, man,
Just do it one day, 2 days.
Can't
see?
hurt,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That's easy money.
Yeah.
Now all we have to do is make stuff in LA and you'll be able to do it.
Well, then there's that.
I forgot about
Then there's that. Then there's no.
Otherwise, you're just your own personal background actor of your
Yeah.
own life.
I know.
Your own background.
I know. I worked on one filming last week.
Well, that's pretty
SWAT.
good.
The show's SWAT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're filming.
That'll
all
always
the
be on
legacy
the air.
shows are doing all the.
That'll definitely always be on the TV.
I'll tell you guys one thing that happened to me in New York, which was just like bonkers to me. I'm sitting on a bench in Union Square, which is, a pretty popular park.
Sure.
It's right there on 14th Street. And tons of subway trains go there.
Right.
I'm just sitting there, and this kid about this tall is coming towards me. Another kid is going to my right. And this kid, he walks over to me, and he grabs my wrist.
Whoa.
And I just go, what are you doing? Right? And I stand up and I grab my bag, which doesn't even have much in it.
How old's the
Sure.
kid? Just so I
The
want to know what
kid's
you're in.
around like 8 years old,
Okay, all right.
something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude.
Maybe anywhere between 6 and
Fucking
10. I don't
Copperfield,
know.
dude.
All right.
I don't know kids.
That's,
Little
that's all right.
Copperfield
But you still thought a
pickpocket.
setup was coming. Got it. Okay.
Sure.
I didn't think a setup was coming until he was about right here. And then he just keeps walking. And then he's grabbing my wrist, which is totally crazy to me.
Yeah.
And then as I stand up, I see the other kid over here, and I just grab my bag I know they're trying to do something. I know they're trying to do something with me. And I talked to like the older kid who's like across the way, and I go, the kid just grabbed my wrist, and he doesn't say anything. So I just walk away, and I don't know what they're up to. I do realize as I'm walking away that my watch is on this wrist. And I sit down at another bench about 50 feet away, and I see them working their way towards me again. And I just got up and left.
Yeah.
It was like They Follow or It Follows.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie? I'm like, he's just a kid,
Right.
but he's coming after me.
Like, I'm gonna get that watch.
Yeah. That was this crazy.
That is crazy,
thing,
dude.
They're starting young, huh?
Yeah, that's just wild to me.
I thought that story was gonna end. So that's the first kid I beat the shit out of in public.
No, I just walked away from him like.
Yeah, that's solid.
I'm so dumb. I was like, what, he thought you were his dad? Like I was like thinking of the sweetheart.
That's
the sweet,
awesome.
Oh, here's the weird.
Dad.
And you were like, get the fuck
Not your
off me.
fucking dad.
That's not how you greet your estranged father. But there was also this weird thing where like as I'm walking away, like what the fuck? The kid like offers me £1 and I just kind of give it to him. Like I'm still kind of confused. I go, "What's up?"
He's showing you respect for busting
Yeah,
him.
Like,
yeah,
all
I
right,
guess so.
all right.
They're like, oh, this guy
This guy
picked up on our
knows.
game.
Yeah,
he picked up on our game. Good
Right.
job, dude.
Like,
You picked
all
up,
right,
you know.
we'll work on it.
Better luck for us next time.
Yeah,
We're coming
yeah.
at you.
Yeah.
We're coming for you.
So the other kid that was coming at you probably should have done a trip and fall, maybe bumped into
Something.
you. Yeah, he should have done something a little more dramatic so homeboy could.
They'll
Get
get
that
it.
watch.
They'll get it by next summer.
Oh, by now,
Yeah.
they're already selling stolen watches.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Good
Just
for
not
them.
yours.
Yep,
for
they're
them.
well on their way. Probably already felons. Probably already in
Well, I
prison.
mean, they would. Well, I guess that's just a misdemeanor.
I guess
if
it's
you
a
stole my watch,
misdemeanor if
yeah.
you're under 18.
I guess it's nothing if you're under 18. Way to go, kids.
I mean, you do go to jail.
yeah.
But
What do you go to? Boys Village?
no,
They
they
still
go
have
to,
that?
Depends.
No, they go to juvie. I mean, it's little kid prison.
Yeah.
It's hardcore.
Mm.
Well, it depends. It depends on if you may just get a slap on the wrist depending on what it is initially. But yeah, you keep.
Yeah, usually your first offense.
Yeah, but if you
second
keep
or
doing it,
third,
yeah,
they're
you're
just
done.
like,
Yeah.
boo, Boys Town, you're fucking out of here.
Another crazy thing that happened to me on my trip to New York a couple weeks ago was like, it's a red eye flight, and I'm sitting, in my chair, and somebody's knees are just coming right through the back of my.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? And it's so bad that I'm actually going like this and pushing their knees.
Okay, so you're
Damn.
sending a message back.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But it just keeps going on, and on, and on.
It's like, man,
And
you
I-
better be 5.
I finally see the guy get up, and he's just like, he's this like 88-year-old dude, just meandering down the aisle.
Oh.
Totally walks past the bathroom,
Okay.
and I go, all right.
Opens the emergency door. Oh, good. Got rid of
Problem
that
solved.
son of a
Okay.
bitch.
But I it's actually one of those things where you're like, oh, okay. And it's weird that like the thing that's actually happening isn't as annoying as just the disrespect that you think is happening.
Sure.
Or like the he's not considering me.
Right.
But he's just not there, which is like way easier to deal with.
Yeah.
But there are so many seat wars now because of the way these planes
Yeah.
are packed, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's the person going back in their seat, and you got your tray down,
Sure.
and they just jerk that shit
Yeah,
back
yeah,
like you
yeah.
don't exist,
Yeah.
or like you said, I'm 6'2", so if I sit up regular, I'm gonna put my knees in the back of your thing. So because I feel bad about everything in my life. I don't
Sure.
want to upset you.
Yeah.
So I make sure that I weirdly sit in my seat so I don't do that.
Little to the side.
Yeah, so I'm
Swing,
I'm
little
uncomfortable
Waynesboro.
for the whole
Yeah.
fucking thing
Right.
because I don't want to upset anybody in front of me. And plus, you see enough videos, you assume that you're going to get the one person that's going to try to fucking strangle you, and it's
Sure.
like
Yeah.
then you're
Sure. But luckily, you're uncomfortable in life. So it's,
yeah.
so it works out.
Isn't that funny? As I'm the same type of personality where it's like, I'd rather hate you than have you hate me.
Yeah.
I'll just do this for 6 hours.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, it's not a problem. It's not a
Yeah,
problem.
no, that's on
It's
me.
okay. I'll
That's
just have a
on
lip
me.
for my whole vacation
Yeah.
because you're good. You're good though, right? You're good, right?
I think I've told this story a million times, but there was one time where I'm going to sit in the middle seat. I'm flying with Tosh. We're going to a gig, or we're coming home. And there's a guy in my seat, and they both like legitimately look like homeless people. Like they're in like all these layers, and they just the one guy has no teeth, and
Right.
they just look, and and I'm like, you're in my seat, and then the other guy that's sitting in the window, and it's an exit row. He goes, you might not want to sit on that seat. He goes, I got a colostomy bag, and there's feces all over your seat, which just there's not, but like that's how crazy he is. Like, people don't even talk on a flight, and he's telling me this.
Wait,
We're
he didn't want
good.
you to sit in the seat that was available.
Well, so there was
Not
a
the
guy.
one you
There was a
wanted.
guy in my middle seat.
Yeah, yeah,
And then there's a guy at the window.
yeah.
I tell the guy in the middle seat he's got a split, and
Yeah.
he's saying, "Don't sit there. There's shit on the seat. It's my
That
shit.
he's sitting-
It's on
oh,
the seat."
I'll sit
In
in
other
my
words,
own
don't
shit.
sit there. I want my friend to sit there. But the lie he's telling is insane.
Yeah, it's completely insane.
At that point, I'm like, you can have it.
Yeah, I don't know about that, because I'm traveling to be like Daniel's buddy or whatever. Daniel's, like, I don't know. I just didn't even think about that.
So how
but
did-
there's also no shit on the seat. But this isn't even the story.
Oh, okay.
It's not even
I mean,
weird yet.
first off, bold, colostomy bag angle.
That guy
bold.
started heavy.
Yeah, he
Without a doubt.
started hot.
Yeah.
So, and then the other guy is walking down the aisle after the flight's already in the air. The guy that's moved.
Oh, he did move.
He did move.
Okay,
But I'm still sitting next to this other guy, this other homeless guy.
sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
So window guy stayed.
So window guy's here, and the other guy is walking down the aisle, and the guy next to me goes, "Hey, Jeff, you want to have a smoke? You want to have a Marlboro? Give me a smoke." And the guy goes, and I think he already has a cigarette out, and the other one's like, the guy in the aisle is like, "You can't smoke in here."
Those
It's
days
like,
are
are you
over.
kidding me? He didn't know that he couldn't smoke.
Those days are over, my friend.
And then he says to me,
Oh my God.
"We're in the emergency exit. You think if I pull this lever, we'll
Oh,
all die?"
son of a bitch. Yeah, the
And I go,
answer is yeah.
Yes, we will definitely die
Yes.
if you pull that
That's
lever.
a solid yes.
Which, by the way, 50-50 shot, he's still going to do it because he may not give a shit about his life.
I know. But it's one of those things. There's pre-2016 and there's post-2016. This was pre-2016 in that I don't think anyone's that crazy, even if they say they're crazy.
So society still tamped you down a little bit.
Yeah.
Not
but
no more.
nowadays,
Yeah,
I
no.
would go straight to a flight attendant and be like, "This guy said he was going to do that." Because just saying that,
Fuck yeah.
They're
It's
turning that
like
fucking
saying
thing
you have
around
a
and-
bomb.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude.
you know,
I mean, first of all, they should have saw that guy and been like, yeah, I don't think people that have nothing to live for should sit by the emergency door.
Maybe that's
Let's
what
just-
we-
yeah,
That's a solid bet.
But
That's
also-
just how I roll.
right.
That's how I roll.
Yeah, but also you have to. It's America.
We gotta be
You're
nice.
innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm telling my girlfriend at the time. She's telling me about like twin ESP or whatever, and then I start telling her a story about that I just told you guys.
Yeah.
We pull into the parking lot at this is way back in the day. We're using the Internet Cafe in La Brea and Sunset,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "That's the fucking guy."
No.
I go, "That's the guy." Right
Out of the
there.
whole city.
He's walking right down the street. It's him.
Did you
It's
follow him?
fucking him.
Tell me you followed him.
No, I didn't follow
Not a
him.
creepy way, but you,
No, I didn't follow him.
you didn't want to see what his life was like?
I knew what his life was like.
Oh, okay.
He's walking down the street on Sunset and La Brea.
Oh, that's
Nobody walks in
awesome,
L.A.
dude. That's awesome. The best part would have been if he would have saw you and went, there he is.
Yeah.
There's Captain Middle Seat.
I think actually I said, because I just said to my girlfriend, I go, "That's the guy. That's him right there." And he looked at me and like just kept walking because
Yeah.
He has
don't
no memory
remember
of
me.
you. Yeah.
That's his whole
No,
life.
absolutely not.
But then I'm like,
Absolutely.
what happened here? Why were these guys paid to come to Los Angeles? There's some kind of mules or something.
Or they were just letting him go from another state.
A
and
lot
the
of
government's
times.
like, here you
Send
go.
them to us.
Send him
A lot
to
of times
Send him to
they-
that liberal
yeah.
state where they'll put up with you, all them liberals.
Send us
down
you're
there.
tired, you're poor, you're
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
California.
We get a lot of those homeless people at Union Station, and it's just
They give him a ticket on the train and send him this
they
way.
give him a ticket because Greyhound, $25,
And then they
and
get
they're
off.
not going to freeze to death in Detroit. Or if you're the crazy homeless guy in some small town, they're like, just fucking get rid of Mike.
Right.
And they're like, here, can get the money together.
Community pool.
Send him to L.A.
Yeah.
And then they get on Fox News and be like, California's a shithole.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but they come from your fucking state. I mean, I know cops that if there's a guy that's just a fucking pain in everybody's ass, he'd be like, hey, dude, I'm going to buy you a Metrolink ticket to Orange County one way. And I'm going to walk you down to the train. Are you going to get on that motherfucker? And they're like, yeah. And they do. And they're like, he'll be back, but we're not going to deal with
Because they
him.
offer Case Place there as well.
Right. And then they're just like, he'll be back,
Yeah.
but we're not going to have to deal with him for like a week.
Just buy yourself some time.
Buying
Yeah,
time.
you're just buying
Coming right
time.
out of your paycheck, but fuck it. It's like that's like $9.50 or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And the sheriffs, they're even better about it. When the sheriffs used to be at Union Station, I'd be like, God, this guy's a pain in the ass. They'd be like, this guy? I'd be like, yeah, that guy. You need him gone? I go, yeah, that'd be great. I don't even care how you do it. I don't care if he ends up walking with Jesus. And they would just be like, hey, buddy. They'd come back 2 hours later and they'd be like, yeah, you'll see him in a couple weeks. He's in San Bernardino right now. Like, they drove his ass far.
Craig's like fuck the emperor in Rome.
Oh, it was.
He's just like,
Yeah. Dude, the sheriffs were the best.
Aaron, can we go to Eric Allen Wendell, please? It's a great day to call Wendell.
EAW.
Yeah.
Reminding the listeners, we're 2 weeks. We recorded this 2 weeks earlier, and
Don't get
we
him
still have the
started.
election tomorrow.
Yeah, let's not get him started.
And you don't want to ask him?
I don't.
Okay.
Well, no, who cares?
We got it.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him how he's feeling.
Wind him up.
I don't have to get specific.
No, you don't even have to
I can
wind him.
say,
He's already wound.
how are you feeling? Are you experiencing any anxiety today? And then we'll see what happens.
Right, that's true.
I mean, we need to give him a
He
a
could just
fucking-
be mad at his neighbors.
We need to give him a mushroom cap.
Oh.
See what happens.
If there's anybody that could use some
Well,
microdose, it's that guy.
Can you imagine a kindler, gentler Eric Wendell?
Could you imagine tripping on the tarmac?
But does it? You referenced something. It's like I've never. I'm happy to do this, but you said does it makes you take a shit?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
You're like no.
Not always.
I don't know. I don't know if it was a byproduct.
No
Yeah.
more than say like a salad
Okay.
or something like that.
Right.
Where you're like, it just gets your digestion going.
Yeah,
Okay.
It
Yeah.
is just one
So
of those
it's a good
things.
fiber supplement on top
Something's
of it all.
going
And,
on.
yeah.
Your stomach may or may not want it in there.
It does kickstart everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then maybe that's just your good mood. Oh,
It's
I took
also
a
a
big
brain
shit.
reset. Like, I mean, once your kids are out of the house, it's fun.
Yeah, no, I would never do it with family.
Hey,
around.
Dad.
It's not
Oh,
happening.
fuck.
I don't know. I think you could pull it off.
No.
After
I'm
my last
watching
experience. I'm not
2001.
encouraging you. I'm not
Yeah.
encouraging you to do it.
No, I just know my life. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, right. Well, there's also emergencies when your family's around. Like, oh, I gotta
Right?
go to the hospital. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, cool. I'll
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
Just fucking bleeding out. Dad, I fucking. Oh,
Which
my
way's
God.
which way's the hospital? I think we can make it.
Do we have a time to stop to take a poo poo?
Natalie, you're gonna have to drive.
I've always wanted to see this movie. Let's go see this movie. The kid can take an Uber.
Yeah, people are just walking in like, why are you watching this movie with the sound off? He's not here yet, is he?
No. Maybe he's got shit going on.
He could be at work.
He could be.
Yo.
Yo, what up? We're trying to get you on the Zoom.
Oh, I thought I hit join. Okay, I'm on.
Respect.
Sorry.
All good.
All right, late.
Mad love.
Mad
He sounds
love.
calm to me.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh.
That beard
Wow, dude, that thing
just
is
keeps
getting
growing and growing and
huge.
growing. We got. You can't hear us.
You got to set your thing up again, like last time.
Yeah,
Go, you got to.
I love the panic on
Live
his face.
from January 6th. It's Eric Wendell.
His panic.
God, he could have blended right
He's always
in.
into panic mode. Oh yeah, talk about an infiltrator.
Yeah.
I mean, that is such a witness protection program beard. It's just.
It's so snapped on.
It's right. It's just like, where's this
Witness
guy running
protection.
from?
That's
it looks
so
like
good.
it looks like G.I. Joe. Like just a clip-on beer.
Undisclosed
Well,
location.
No, he's just got to listen to us talking shit
Yeah.
about him.
I mean, it's a good beer, but it also at the same time, it's like, you know how like when you watch movies and you judge based on their fake beards that they
Oh,
wear, and
sure.
you're like, nope, this is a bad. This is a bad.
This show's not going to be any good.
no.
These wigs, these beards are
You know how many
terrible.
wigs you've seen since High Def came out? It's
Right.
like,
Oh.
dude, wig.
Why does
wig.
anybody want to do a period piece now? It's
Seriously.
it's
I don't
almost
know.
impossible to pull off. at
Right.
this point.
Milady, extend me wig.
No, the worst is the 70s.
Yeah, I was
Trying to
gonna
make a
say,
70s
The
movie,
70s
you're like,
ones
oh,
are the worst.
Oh
They're
yeah,
so
yeah,
bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
So
grow
bad.
your hair out. I don't understand what's going on.
You don't
Right?
have 6 months?
yeah.
Grow those locks?
Wendell, can you hear us?
I can hear
Hey,
you guys now.
There he
I-
is.
it started working right when Brian started making fun of my beard again. Before, I don't know what happened. I had
It's
to
a
unplug. I
righteous
don't know.
beard, dude.
So
It's a righteous
we
beard.
love the beard.
love the beard.
We love the beard.
It just serves so many purposes. What we were talking about.
I mean, it's it's honestly Saint Nick getting ready for holidays. Just growing
You
it
might
back
be
out.
able to make a little extra money at the mall this year.
Yeah.
I mean, might want to look into
I mean,
it.
I've been telling people I could be Santa Claus for Halloween and Christmas, so it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
Don't let him
Hey,
grab your wrist.
You know what? If you don't have time for that, just start walking around to families and walk up to the kids and be like, "What? Tell me what you want for Christmas." And then when they do, just ask the parents for $5, dude. Be like, "There, I did you a solid."
There you go.
If you don't get arrested, of course.
Yeah.
We should,
Right.
we should
I
start.
need to get away from my kids.
We should start like Suber, like Santa Uber. Like
There we go.
Super.
So it has to be in a Subaru.
You get a Santa in your area,
Ho, ho, ho.
You come in the house.
There you go.
and kids
Nice.
say what they want for Christmas, and you tell them if it's you can get them based on the house you're in.
You're like,
You
no.
be like, yeah, you're not getting that.
Right.
Sorry, that's out of your economic status.
Oh, that's a great angle. Honest
That
Santa.
is. Honest Santa.
Honest Santa.
Yeah, no, it looks like your parents didn't work hard enough. You
There
can't
you
get
go.
anything
Better
electronic.
get 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Is your dad going to a casino anytime soon?
I can smell the booze in the air. You're not getting anything.
Well,
for
that's a
Christmas.
maybe. That's a maybe if he's going to be up on the
Looks like-
23rd.
Looks like somebody's getting a soccer ball.
I mean, if that doesn't work out, I could get a cardboard sign and hang out at the 405 off ramp.
There's
You
that.
know, maybe get a few extra bucks.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
all could.
honestly, I probably would have shaved this already, but like it's
No.
been fun for the show and fun to fuck with people at work a little
No one
bit.
appreciates that more than me.
Yeah, hey.
That makes you the most committed person to this podcast,
Right.
even beating out me.
Yeah.
That you're willing to change the way you look for the podcast.
Dude.
I mean, there's an element of lazy to it too. Like, I mean, this is going to be some work for me. I'm going to
Now we're
my
getting
chart,
some work.
my shaver is going to have to like warm up for like a good hour to get like nice and hot, warmed up and oiled up to or even
What
tackle
are we
this
talking
mess.
about right now?
He's talking about shaving his face.
He's talking about shaving his
Are you
face.
sure? Are we sure that's what he's talking about?
Saying he's lazy. I want to
Yeah.
talk about lazy.
I think-
I've lost 12 unnoticeable pounds.
Okay, there you go. Congratulations.
Good job, Craig.
Runner up.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Wendell, I say go full ZZ Top before you get rid of
Oh
it.
shit. Yeah, wait till
Wow.
summertime, dude. Just fucking keep it going until it's like 85 degrees, then shave that
And
shit.
just we need one video of you flipping a guitar on a lazy
She's
Susan
got
on your stomach.
legs. Yeah,
With legs
there you
playing
Love
in the
that.
background.
There you go.
I remember I was new to LA and I was working the box office at the Sunset 5, and this dude with a huge beard came up the escalator with his girlfriend. And you know that you got a mic in front of your face, but you're
Right.
too dumb, you don't know. And you go, "Hey, look, it's ZZ Top."
Ah,
Which goes right
loud
out.
as shit.
Which
That's
goes out.
awesome.
They come up to the box office and the woman goes, "This is ZZ
It
Top."
is easy top.
It was Billy Gibbons or whatever his name is.
No way.
What's up, dude?
That's fucking
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah.
He used to eat at our Mexican restaurant.
There you go. He was around.
Karen goes, look at. She did the same thing. She goes,
Yeah.
look at this ZZ Top motherfucker. That's fucking ZZ Top.
Look,
That's the guy. She goes, what? I go, she's got a leg. I go, that's the motherfucker right there.
Okay, just clarify with a few of the hits.
Yeah, just that one.
That's hilarious.
yeah, that guy with beans in his beard is fucking one of the best guitar players of all time.
One of them passed away, didn't they?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Sucks.
I'm not sure if
Oh,
it was
that's too
bass
bad.
the
player.
drummer.
Bass player.
player.
Aaron
It
says it's
was.
the bass player.
Well, there you go. You can't do the
Better than the internet.
The
over there.
gospel of Aaron.
Yeah.
Better than the internet.
Yeah, well, now you can't do the reunions because if it was the drummer, no problem.
Well, no. If Wendell gets his shit together and keeps the beard,
Yeah, sure.
it could be like what's that other band that has people that keep filling in?
Leonard Skinner.
Every other old band.
What's the one? Journey's the most.
Oh,
famous.
Journey. Yeah, they replaced the singer. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to get over throat cancer. And they're like, yeah, anyway, we got this Taiwanese guy. He sounds great.
Wasn't the word on the street that the Taiwanese guy hated it? I
Doing-
think he was
being in the
Korean too, by
band?
the way.
He's
Well,
Filipino.
He's Filipino.
Okay,
Thank you.
so-
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Thank
better,
you.
Thank you. Better than the internet.
Thank you.
But like we're on the street, he's like, yeah, this isn't as fun as karaoke. This is like
Oh, I'm
touring
sure.
every day.
Yeah,
This
they're
is a
like up
grind.
his
Too much
ass.
work, actual.
Right.
these guys are always fighting.
Right.
Karaoke was a good time.
I was really having a good
But
time.
think about it from his standpoint, because he probably heard this. Remember when you were? I don't know if this ever happened to you guys when you were early on in stand up and you were doing. It was like a show. It was like 3 or 4 people on the show, and like you weren't the headliner, and they'd come over after the show. Like the headliner was great, and they would turn to you be like, "Oh no, you were funny too."
Yeah.
You ever get the you were funny
course.
too?
Oh, of
Got it
course.
this week.
Imagine if he crushes it, and you were the headliner. But imagine filling in, right? For like you're like in the band Journey, and you crush it, and after the show, they're like, "You know what, man? You were almost as good as Steve Perry." Like that's the
Yeah, oh,
compliment.
absolutely.
Like after
You know
a while,
why?
you'd be like, "That's not really a compliment."
Yeah.
You know why? Because it feels almost as good to see it.
Right.
You're like, this is almost, and it is awesome.
Right.
It's actually more impressive than actually seeing the guy that does
Right.
it sound like the guy. But you're like, there's still something missing here.
Yeah.
It's the lead fucking singer.
Yeah.
my buddy. So there's a Van Halen. Those reenactment bands.
Yeah, cover band.
Cover bands.
Tribute.
Atomic.
Tribute bands.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
You're batting 1,000 a day.
And they're called Atomic Punk, right?
Yeah.
So they actually looked like Van Halen. Also,
Somehow they've gotten older than Van Halen.
So now forget it. But in the 90s, I was all, hey, Van Halen's getting back together. He goes, fuck that, they suck. He goes, stand in the back of the room, go see Atomic Punks. He goes, Van Halen, 1982. He goes, it's the shit.
Dude, this reminds me of what I wanted to tell you earlier in the podcast was that the LA Weekly wrote that at the House of Blues,
Right.
Ratt and a tribute band called Ratt and Roll
Right.
both played the House of Blues.
I bet it was great.
And more people went to see the cover band. More people went to
Oh,
see Ratt and
for
Roll
sure.
than Ratt. Because
Wow.
it was a time in history, like the late 90s, early 2000s, where it was more fun to goof on it
Yeah.
Absolutely.
than to see the real thing.
I would rather see a Motley Crue reenactment band than actual Motley
I'd rather
Crue.
see Girls, 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 which is like a Motley Crue all-woman cover band.
Yeah.
Motley Crue cover band,
Right.
right? Or like Dr. Feelgood. I love how
Yeah.
I love how they named the band after
Yeah.
a song. I
Well,
just love that.
keep it
Absolutely.
easy, keep it simple, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep it simple for the fans. Well, I mean, as we now looked, otherwise, a lot of these guys, they did so many drugs. They're maybe 40 years younger than Frankie Valli, but they'll be moving around like that motherfucker on stage based on what they did to themselves.
Wendell, what movie are you reviewing? I have my own Siskel and Ebert cover band here.
Yeah.
Eric and Wendell.
I've been debating on whether to review a TV show that I've been watching that I know I haven't talked about, or a movie that I just watched that just came out last week.
Movie.
Which would you prefer?
Movie.
Movie?
Because the TV
All
show's
right.
not done yet, right?
What?
TV show isn't finished. You haven't watched the whole TV show, have you?
No, I'm on the 3rd season
See,
of the show.
we can't review.
But
we
I'm
can't.
pretty sure I've never talked about it because of our long
Yeah.
hiatus. I started
Well,
watching
If
it.
you're on the 3rd season, it sounds like it's been reviewed before.
What's the name of the show? Just for shits
Yeah,
and
please.
giggles.
From.
Huh?
It's called From.
Nah.
Don't
What's
know
the
it.
movie?
Canary Black with Kate Beckinsale.
Okay.
Canary Black, Canary Black, Canary
All right.
Black with Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah. Who likes to date comedians?
All right.
Hey now.
What?
Really? Oh, I did not know that.
Does she?
Yeah, you should get
She
into
likes to
comedy,
date
Wendell.
Pete Davidson. Everybody likes to date Pete Davidson.
Yeah. Big Dick Pete.
That's
I
a
could have sworn
different-
there was another comedian.
That's a
too,
different
she dated.
category. That is the stank on the hang low phenomenon if I've ever seen it before.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's like, oh, somebody hot likes them. Now I like them. Now I like, and it just adds up.
Yeah,
and gets exponentially bigger.
pretty
So you're
great.
saying 30 to 40 years from now, when they're doing documentaries on what happened during this time, there's only two things they're going to talk about:
Yes.
the Trump phenomenon and the Pete Davidson
Yeah,
phenomenon.
two different
Yeah.
things, but all the same era.
Yeah, and I bet
Yeah.
they're all gonna say the same thing about Pete. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, dude had a huge dick."
Big dick versus little hands.
Yeah,
That's the name of the
and he
documentary.
was really funny and nice.
Uh,
Goes a long way.
Big-
Goes a long way.
big dick versus tiny hands.
Big dick versus.
That'll be
You
the
just
name of the
covered. You just covered my joke.
There it is.
You're,
Five
you're,
stars.
you're a Matt Fulcheron
Yeah,
tribute band.
5 ice cream trucks.
Tribute
You did it
comedy.
better, actually.
Tribute stand up. There
Hey,
you go.
Well,
Full
you know
charge and
somebody
roll.
does it.
Oh, there
Do
you
not
go. I'm
kid
gonna
yourself.
go do John Panette stuff. I'm just gonna do fucking John Panette tribute comedy.
You can get a Vegas residency.
Fucking
Craig Coleman
done,
is
dude.
John Panette.
Done. Fat guy, and then I lose weight, and I'll do somebody else.
Yeah, then you can be Carrot Top.
Then I'll be Craig Coleman.
You can be Craig Coleman.
Too late.
I would probably be able to afford to do Craig Coleman.
Too late. Too late.
All right, Wendell, Canary.
Canary Black
Yeah.
with Rupert Friend as well, and the unfortunate. I just learned this. The late great Ray Stevenson. I did not know he died. And if for those of you who aren't familiar with Ray Stevenson, he plays the new Dark Jedi character on Ahsoka. So he was great as that character, and I was really looking forward to season 2 with him. But you know, they're going to do something different now.
Oh, because Ahsoka sucks.
I
Oh, no.
didn't
Ahsoka was
hate
good.
this.
Ahsoka was good.
I like.
How lucky are we that we have so much Star Wars that we can't even
I
keep
know which
track
one
of?
is
Yeah.
which.
So he's
I liked Ahsoka.
he was also in the Roman Empire TV show. That
He's
guy-
been in a bunch of
that
stuff.
guy's
He's a
amazing,
character actor that
dude.
you've
Yeah.
seen in a bunch of
He
shit,
was
right?
the
You
Punisher.
just don't. Some people just don't
And
know
the
the name.
Punisher.
I'm receiving word
He's Punisher in Punisher Warzone.
that
There
we're
you go.
Yes,
from the
he was
Punisher.
one of the Punishers.
I
correct.
loved that guy. He was a great actor.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
I
R.I.P.,
just found out he
homie.
died last May
To the
on the
lost.
set of his last movie, which I think they got enough done on where it says it's in post production and he's still assigned to it. So we got one more movie to look forward to.
All right.
And this is his second to last movie that I'm reviewing today, so it's a real bummer. But
What's this?
You know?
Is this a spy movie?
yeah, it's
Oh,
he plays
cool. Another
the CIA
girl spy
station
movie.
chief.
Cool.
Girl.
All right. Sweet. Sweet.
Ray is the CIA station chief in the UK.
Right. Yeah, there's only about
And-
5 of these movies that came out in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this one
This
has Kate
is-
Beckinsale.
But this
man.
has Kate Beckinsale, so that's cool.
Do you
This is a
not
brand
understand
new
how the business
genre.
works?
I
They
do
did-
understand, and that's why the business is dying.
Wendell, you would concur with me on this, right? Somebody somewhere pitched a female action CIA spy thriller, and then one of the streamers picked it up, and then all the other streamers found out that they were making one, so they're like, well, we need to make ours too.
Sure.
Yeah, but these are all based
Correct.
on an old Kate Beckinsale movie, right? Where like she's fighting. Back then, it was like
Vampires or
female.
something?
Yeah, like they're called like lichens or something.
Underworld.
Yeah, those
yeah,
werewolves.
yeah,
are
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Underworld.
I liked
Yeah.
Underworld.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just confirming.
done.
So you
Oh, no. I
Okay.
love all that shit.
So she
Lycans,
helped-
fucking werewolf movies? Yeah, you bet.
So she's part of the creation of this genre.
She is.
in a way. The
And-
evolution.
She is.
And nobody pitched a fucking female lead CIA show. They said a CIA show, and someone said, "What if it was a woman?" And they said yes,
There it is.
and
greenlit.
yeah, and Asian sidekick. Boom, done.
I saw a movie recently where it was flipped, like the man and the woman. It was an Andrew Garfield movie,
Uh-huh.
and it's this thing where like he wanted to be like his priorities were on having a family with his wife,
Okay.
and her priorities were on her career.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Uh,
I can accept that.
Yeah.
That exists in many marriages.
Yeah, Brian's.
The part.
Oh, I was wondering if it was going to be said out loud. Continue. He nailed it.
Sorry, no, that was a heater.
He
Sorry.
nailed it.
High and tight. But the part where the movie lost me was when she was like, "Yeah, I have this cooking competition the day of our wedding," and he was like, "Oh, I just can't see a man being like, all right, well, we'll just reschedule it.
Upset
then."
about it.
Yeah, it's just like, we'll just reschedule it. They would never be like, that's our wedding
That
day.
went too rom-com. That's way too rom-com.
It was too flipped. It was too much like we flipped it and we didn't tweak that part of the script.
So he went hardcore. I have zero balls about it.
Just like my priorities are so much
But-
about this family that I care about the actual date.
Right.
Right. So that's where they lost
That's
me. And they got me
hilarious.
really far into the movie, but that's
Right.
where they lost me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is that from a writing standpoint, they hung their hat on that. That's the clock. That's the clock for that. It all revolves around. It has to be that date.
Totally.
Which at the same time also lost you.
Yeah.
So it's like writing structure.
Right.
They go, oh, it has to be this.
Yeah.
But they picked the wrong thing for it to has
As
to
soon
be.
as the man went, it's my special day.
Yeah.
But you can tell if they flipped it back.
I never said that, just so we're clear.
If they flipped it back to like the normal stereotype of it, where
Sure.
the man was into his career, how fucking boring of a movie would that be?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Who gives a shit?
All right, Wendell, bring us to the present. Actually, that movie just came out. Bring us to the dual present.
Yeah, so Canary Black, I believe it just came out last week. So it's brand new. It's on Prime.
All right.
You know what? I was entertained. I mean, it's like we've been saying, she's one of the original female ass-kicking leads.
Oh yeah.
And I remember...
We'll be watching it. We love these movies. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We love these movies.
She remembers all her ass-kicking moves from Underworld. You know, she was kicking some fucking ass.
All right.
And,
Done.
you know, small world. Back when I was at that evil airline I used to talk about, I remember going upstairs to talk to the pilot, and she was sitting in first class on her way to New York, probably to work on one of the Underworld movies.
That's right. We were questioning the idea that you get to sit in the same room with her. Weren't you just kind of like hitching a ride?
I just walked on by. I was like, "No, hey, Kate, how's it going?
Right.
Yeah, another flight. See you later."
Yeah.
No, I didn't say
Hey,
anything.
gonna-
I didn't
Okay,
say
I
a
was gonna
word.
say, and her response was,
Get the fuck away from me.
yeah,
Get away from me.
Lovely to meet you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Oh,
him
that's
with
right. She is British, so she probably would be nice.
I don't talk to the ramp help. Beat it.
Ah,
Ramp
that'd be
help.
awesome, dude. Like, wow, you're an insider. Okay.
Dude, that's the name of your podcast, Ramp Help.
Ramp help. There's the show, dude. Ramp help.
You guys have
Ramp
your
help.
voices and faces all digitized out.
Just
Yeah, one time I was walking past Great Beckinsale. Didn't even see hard.
So-
move.
So it's not a completely original movie, as I'm sure you can realize. Like, there's been other female ass kickers and espionage-ish,
Oh, yeah.
CIA type, Black Ops type,
I
whatever
love
movies
that
and
shit.
shows, right? So we're not on the cutting edge or anything here, but
No, as much as I
I
talk
was-
smack about that stuff, me and the wife, we're like, sci-fi fantasy. Karen's like, action, shoot 'em up, boom, let's do it.
However, what makes a difference, I think, game changer. How are the twists?
Good plot twists.
there was a twist at the end that I kind of expected, but they threw a little mini twist in the twist, you know what I mean? So it's not quite what you're gonna expect, but it's close enough to where you're not like blown away or anything, right?
Okay.
Right.
But like I was expecting this. Like from watching it, I'm thinking, well, I don't want to give anything away, but I'm thinking it's like this other movie that I saw, right?
Okay.
Like, you know, I mean, for instance, Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. I mean, they're
God.
ass kicking spies and shit, going against each other's
That's like a
own
comedy,
agencies
right?
and stuff. Say what?
That's like a comedy, right?
No,
No.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I mean, there's some jokes here and there,
Oh.
but they're kicking everyone's ass.
Marriage, Craig.
We got to
I
wrap
mean-
this up soon, Wendell.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
We got to wrap this up, Wendell. What are you giving this movie?
I really liked it. Rupert Friend did an amazing job. So did Ray Stevenson. You know, of course, Kate Beckinsale was kicking ass.
Of course.
No, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it 4 ice cream trucks, even though
Yeah.
it's not.
Called it.
How
yeah,
great is it? Like,
it's worth,
Kate's got to be like 50 years old by now.
Is she?
She's got to be. She's like got to be my age. She looks
Let's
great.
take a look.
She looks fantastic.
does.
50's
She
the new
does.
35.
There's a lot of that going on around. Like
Yeah.
people are aging well these days,
Yeah.
man.
I mean,
You look at somebody 35 in
51.
1972. They
51.
look like
51.
Better than the internet says.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
dude. When you look up,
He beat
the
me. I was
old-
looking it up on my phone.
Because he's better than the internet.
Aaron
Wow.
is the internet.
like, is it?
Aaron is AI, dude.
It's matrixed into the back of his neck.
Aaron is on top of his game today. He beat me to it. I'm the damn movie reviewer.
He
I
also
should've known
has
that.
the internet at his disposal. But whatever. Whatever.
It's very fast here.
when you look at old, like there's just you'll see those comparisons when they're like these women are 30, like 28,
Yeah.
and you're just like Jesus Christ.
Or like you think about adults, like your vice principal.
Yeah,
Like I remember I had a vice principal that had like the straight comb over and everything.
Right.
Well, he must have been like 32 years old.
Right, exactly.
you're like this guy's gonna die soon.
All right, Wendell. Thanks. You know what? I do want you to watch a movie called Trap by M. Night Shyamalan. I want to review that next week.
Trap. Where's that at?
It's on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Yeah,
if you don't
I'm
have
like-
it, you're gonna have to rent
Save it, guys. Save it. I want you to
I
watch it.
haven't heard.
Well,
I haven't heard about this before.
I don't want to sway you one way or the other, but we already got opinions.
Yeah, his movies are hit or miss.
There you
They're
go.
mostly miss.
Okay.
Mostly miss.
All right. That's a little teaser for everybody listening. We're gonna give this movie a bad review. It's obvious. It's obvious.
It
But
could
tune
be-
in.
it could
Tune
be
in.
killer.
Thanks for listening to the Full Charge Power Hour. All right, that's it. We're out.
Peace.